Ignoring these 6 vitamins could leave you bedridden after 70. That's not a scare tactic. It's a biological reality that Andrew Huberman and many researchers have pointed to again and again. Your body doesn't just suddenly give out, it breaks down slowly through silent deficiencies that weaken your muscles, nerves, and joints over time. But the right vitamins taken consistently can be the thin line between independence and dependence. And in this video, you'll discover the 6 that matter most, starting with the one that holds your entire frame together, vitamin D. Vitamin D, the frame that holds you up. You may think your legs are getting weaker because you're getting older. That's what most people assume. But what if the real reason is something quieter? Something that's been happening inside your body for years without you noticing? What if your bones are slowly losing strength, not from age, but because your body is no longer absorbing the one vitamin that keeps them solid? And what if your muscles, the very ones that used to carry you upstairs or lift you out of a chair, no longer have the structure they need to stay powerful? That's exactly what happens when your body runs low on vitamin D. It stops absorbing calcium efficiently. And when that happens, your bones begin to thin. The joints between them start to feel more pressure with every movement. And your muscles, they begin struggling to support a frame that's quietly giving out. At first, it's subtle. You feel tired in your legs after standing for a while. You find yourself needing the armrest to get up. Maybe your balance feels just a little off. But this is just the beginning, because once vitamin D deficiency sets in, the entire foundation that holds you upright begins to break down. You stand more slowly, you walk with more caution, you start avoiding stairs, your risk of falling without warning skyrockets, and one bad fall in your 70s or 80s, that's not just a bruise, that could be a broken hip, followed by weeks, maybe months in bed. And for many, the painful truth is this: they never fully get up again. But here's something most people don't know. Your muscles actually have vitamin D receptors. That means this isn't just about your bones. This vitamin directly impacts your muscle strength, your coordination, and your balance. Without it, your body loses control over the very movements that make you independent: getting up, walking forward, catching yourself before you fall. Andrew Huberman has stressed how overlooked this is. He's pointed out that vitamin D deficiency is one of the most underdiagnosed yet most dangerous conditions in aging adults. It's tied to muscle atrophy, loss of coordination, poor balance, even mood and neurological issues. You may think you're slowing down because of age, but your body might simply be running on empty. So how do you fix it? One of the simplest, most powerful ways is through cod liver oil. Just 1 tablespoon a day gives your body a strong natural dose of vitamin D, along with anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids that reduce joint pain and protect your brain. It's not about chasing supplements, it's about survival. This one daily habit could be the difference between needing a walker and still standing on your own, between waking up and moving freely or being stuck in a bed you can't rise from without help. Because when your body doesn't get enough vitamin D, it doesn't just weaken, it begins the slow, quiet collapse toward total dependence. But even if your bones are strong and your muscles are willing, it means nothing if the message can't get through. Because if your nerves stop firing, if the signal from your brain doesn't reach your legs, then you're not just slow, you're stuck. And that's exactly what the next vitamin is built to prevent. Vitamin B12, the signal that tells your legs to move. You can have strong muscles. You can have solid bones, but if your brain can't talk to your body, if the signal doesn't reach your legs, then none of that strength matters. Your body becomes a machine without wiring, and that breakdown usually starts with one missing piece: vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is like the insulation around the cables of your nervous system. It protects and supports your nerve fibers, helping electrical signals travel cleanly and efficiently from your brain to your limbs. When your B12 levels are healthy, everything works in sync. You stand with confidence, you walk without thinking, your balance is automatic. But when that insulation starts to wear down, those signals get fuzzy, they slow, they sometimes don't make it through at all. That's when your body starts whispering the first warnings: a mild tingling in your feet, a strange numbness in your legs, maybe you feel dizzy when you stand, or your footing feels unsure, even on flat ground. Most people write it off as aging, but it's not just age. It's a nervous system that's losing communication with your muscles. You try to take a step and something feels off. You reach for a railing, not because you're scared of falling, but because a part of you isn't sure you're steady. That uncertainty, that hesitation, is often the first sign your body is low on B12. And here's where it gets worse. B12 deficiency doesn't scream, it creeps in. You feel more tired during the day. You find yourself forgetting things you used to remember easily. Your legs feel heavy, not from exercise, but from something deeper, something harder to name. Then comes the shakiness, the clumsy moments, the split-second delay between thought and movement. Andrew Huberman has explained that B12 is essential for maintaining the myelin sheath, the protective layer that keeps nerve signals moving quickly and correctly. Without it, neurons begin to slow down or misfire, and when that communication fails, your legs don't just feel weaker, they become passengers, unresponsive, detached. This is one of the hidden reasons so many older adults begin to shuffle instead of walk. Their legs still have muscle, their bones are still intact, but the signal between brain and body is broken. Each step becomes an effort. Balance becomes uncertain, and falls become more likely, more dangerous. The tragedy is that this decline is often avoidable because as we age, our stomachs produce less acid. That makes it harder for the body to absorb B12 from food, even if we're eating enough. You could have meat, dairy, or fish on your plate every day and still be deficient. And most people don't know it until the damage starts showing up in how they move or how they don't. But here's the good news. Restoring B12 can often reverse these symptoms. Just 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast a day can give your body a clean, plant-based source of B12. It's easy to digest, easy to add to meals, and it works. Many older adults who start supplementing with B12 report steadier walking, fewer missteps, sharper thinking, and more trust in their own legs. This isn't just a nutrient, it's your lifeline. It's your brain's ability to control your body. Ignore it, and your legs may stop listening. One nerve at a time, the silence builds, until one day you try to stand and they don't answer. But even if your muscles are strong and your nerves are firing on all cylinders, there's another threat that could still leave you immobilized. Because if the calcium in your body ends up in the wrong place, it won't strengthen you, it will harden you. And it's the next vitamin that makes sure that doesn't happen. Vitamin K2, the calcium traffic controller. You've probably heard that calcium is essential for strong bones, and that's absolutely true, but only if it ends up in the right place. What most people don't realize is that calcium on its own doesn't know where to go. It needs guidance. Without it, calcium can actually become dangerous. When there's no direction, calcium starts to wander. Instead of strengthening your bones, it drifts into your joints, your arteries, your soft tissues, where it hardens things that are meant to stay flexible. The result? Stiffness, where there used to be movement, pain, where there used to be ease, and slow, creeping immobility in places that were once strong and fluid. This is where vitamin K2 steps in. K2 acts like a traffic controller. It tells calcium, you go here and you stay out of there. It directs calcium into your bones and teeth, where it belongs, and keeps it away from your arteries, your cartilage, and your organs. Without enough K2, your calcium starts misbehaving. It skips the bones and settles into your blood vessels. It builds up in your knees, your hips, your spine, and you don't feel it at first, not right away. But slowly, day by day, the stiffness starts creeping in. You lose a little range of motion. You feel tighter in the morning. Your knees don't bend quite as easily. Your hips feel locked when you try to rise from a chair. Walking becomes a task, not a reflex. And one day you realize that your body isn't cooperating like it used to. This is how people lose mobility. Not suddenly, but slowly. Not because of one bad fall, but because of years of internal hardening. Years of calcium ending up in the wrong places. And the tragedy? Most people blame age. They tell themselves it's normal. But it's not just aging, it's mismanagement. A silent breakdown that could have been prevented with one missing nutrient. Andrew Huberman has warned about this exact issue. He's explained that without K2, the calcium we take for bone health can actually backfire. Instead of strengthening your frame, it starts damaging your blood vessels, increasing your risk of heart disease, joint degeneration, and even the stooped posture that makes you look and feel fragile. You might notice your legs feeling heavier when you walk, or your knees resisting when you try to crouch. Maybe you've caught yourself taking shorter steps or avoiding stairs altogether. These aren't just signs of wear and tear. These are warnings. Your skeletal system is no longer working for you. It's starting to work against you. But there's a simple fix. Just 1 tablespoon a day of grass-fed ghee or butter can provide your body with a natural, absorbable source of vitamin K2. It doesn't require complicated supplementation or prescriptions. Just 1 spoonful, 1 habit, and you give calcium the guidance it needs. With enough K2, your bones get denser, your joints stay freer, and your posture stays upright. Not hunched, not stiff, not in pain. You move like someone who still trusts their body, like someone who doesn't fear walking. But without it, your body begins to lock itself from the inside out, slowly, quietly, And by the time you realize something's wrong, it's already hard to reverse. And even if your bones are strong, your joints are mobile, and your structure is stable, there's another system that can fail you, one that's even more immediate. Because your muscles don't just need structure, they need energy, recovery, and control. And if you're missing the next mineral, your legs might not just slow down. They might start seizing up, cramping, giving out without warning. Magnesium, the muscle unlocker. If you've ever awake in the middle of the night with a stabbing cramp in your calf, if you've ever felt your legs give out halfway through a walk, even when you thought you still had energy left, then you've already had a glimpse of what magnesium deficiency feels like. It's sudden, it's painful, and if you ignore it, it doesn't go away, it gets worse. Magnesium is the mineral that keeps your muscles coordinated, calm, and under control. It helps them contract when you need power, and just as importantly, helps them release when you need rest. Without it, your muscles can't follow your commands properly. They panic, they misfire, they cramp, they spasm, they tire easily and unpredictably. And the worst part? You don't get much warning. You're walking through the grocery store and suddenly your leg feels shaky. You go to step out of bed and your calves are already tight. You try to stand after sitting for a while and there's a weird tension, like your legs are lagging behind your body. Andrew Huberman has explained how magnesium plays a role far beyond just muscle movement. It supports energy production at the cellular level. It regulates nerve function. It helps manage blood pressure. It even calms your brain so you can sleep deeply. And when you're low, which many adults over 60 are, your entire rhythm begins to fall apart. You start to feel drained for no clear reason. Your energy dips randomly. You feel alert in the evening, but exhausted in the morning. And your legs, which used to carry you without effort, now feel heavier than ever. You stop doing things, not because you want to, but because your body starts pushing back. And here's where the danger really deepens. Magnesium doesn't just affect comfort, it affects your capacity to function. It keeps your heartbeat steady. It allows your nerves to communicate. It ensures your blood vessels expand and contract as they should. So when you're deficient, your system becomes sluggish, unstable, and under pressure, literally. That nagging fatigue you've been brushing off, that weird restless leg feeling you try to ignore at night, that occasional dizzy spell when standing too quickly, they're not just quirks. They're signs, warnings that your body is running low on a mineral it cannot live without. And if you keep ignoring those signs, the result is more than discomfort. It's a creeping loss of ability. You begin moving less because of pain or fear. You sleep poorly because your muscles won't relax. You wake up feeling like you never actually rested. And over time, your world shrinks. You avoid outings. You stop climbing stairs. You become more cautious, more careful, more dependent. But the fix is beautifully simple. Just 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day gives your body a rich, natural, bioavailable source of magnesium. No pills, no prescriptions, no guesswork. Just food, doing what it's supposed to do. And the changes, they come fast. Within weeks, many older adults report fewer cramps, lighter legs, better sleep, and a return of confidence in their body. Movements that once felt tight or shaky begin to feel smooth again. Steps that once felt uncertain begin to feel strong. Magnesium is your body's natural muscle unlocker. Without it, your strength stays trapped, tense, inflamed, uncoordinated. But with it, your muscles relax. They listen. They respond. You begin to move like yourself again, fluid, controlled, and stable. But even if your muscles feel good, your joints are mobile, and your steps are strong, there's another silent threat still lurking just beneath the surface. Because if your body can't repair what's breaking down inside you, then eventually, every step you take will feel harder than the one before. And that's exactly what the next vitamin is built to fix. Vitamin C, the builder that keeps you from breaking down. You take a step and your knee aches. You bend just slightly and your hips feel tight. You try to get up from a chair and it takes a little more effort than yesterday. Not much, but enough to notice and enough to wonder what's changing. These aren't just signs of getting older, they're signals, warnings that your body is breaking down, and more importantly, that it's not repairing itself fast enough. And behind that slow breakdown, often it's a simple lack of vitamin C. Most people still think of vitamin C as the thing you take when you're getting a cold, an immune booster, a helper during flu season, but that barely scratches the surface of what this vitamin really does. Vitamin C is one of the most powerful structural nutrients your body depends on. It's the key ingredient your body uses to make collagen, the protein that holds you together. Literally. Collagen makes up your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, the connective tissue that gives your body movement, stability, and strength. When your body runs low on vitamin C, it starts cutting corners. Small tears and muscles take longer to heal. Your joints creak and grind instead of gliding. The tissue that holds your knees, ankles, hips, and shoulders together begins to thin. Over time, your range of motion shrinks. Your flexibility declines. And movements that once felt effortless, like stretching, squatting, or walking upstairs, suddenly feel like physical labor. This kind of decline doesn't feel dramatic. It feels frustrating. You feel off. You feel sore in places you never used to. You notice it takes longer to bounce back from simple activity. And slowly, that frustration turns into hesitation. You move less, not because you're lazy, not because you're tired, but because you know you'll pay for it later. Andrew Huberman has said it best. Aging isn't just about time passing. It's about repair mechanisms slowing down. And vitamin C is at the core of that repair system. Without it, your body doesn't just age. It stops keeping up with wear and tear, and that gap only widens. Your joints start to feel used. Recovery feels slow. And instead of waking up refreshed, you wake up feeling like your body didn't get the memo that it was supposed to heal overnight. And then comes the trap. The pain makes you move less. But the less you move, the more your body stiffens. The more it stiffens, the more it hurts. And the more it hurts, the more you start avoiding movement altogether. And that's how the body gets trapped, not in a single moment, but in a long, slow pattern of breakdown with no rebuilding in sight. But here's the turning point. Just 1 tablespoon of acerola cherry powder a day can give your body more vitamin C than 10 oranges. That's not a guess. It's a powerful, concentrated, natural source that your body can absorb quickly and use immediately. When your vitamin C levels are restored, the repair begins. Connective tissues get the support they need, collagen begins to rebuild, inflammation starts to subside, your joints feel less raw, your muscles recover faster, and the stiffness that once slowed you down begins to melt away. You don't just move easier, you move without fear. You don't just recover faster, you stop dreading the aftermath of normal activity, and you begin to feel like someone who has ownership of their body again. Vitamin C won't turn back the clock, but it might stop the spiral. It might let you live without the limp, without the wince, without the brace your body moment every time you stand. But even if your joints are healing, your bones are strong, your muscles are loose, and your nerves are firing, there's one more piece of the puzzle that could change everything. Because none of those systems matter if your blood can't reach them. And the final vitamin on this list is what keeps your blood flowing to the places that need it most. It doesn't just support movement, it fuels it. And without it, everything else begins to shut down. Vitamin E, the flow that keeps you alive and moving. You might not think about blood flow until something goes wrong. But if your legs feel cold more often, swell after sitting too long, or tire out from just a short walk, your body might be trying to tell you something, and that something is poor circulation. Vitamin E is the nutrient that keeps your blood moving. It supports your vessels, protects your cells, and ensures that oxygen and nutrients actually reach your muscles and joints. Without it, everything slows down. Your legs start to feel heavy, your endurance disappears, you sit more, you walk less, and eventually you start to fear standing at all. This isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. Andrew Huberman has spoken extensively about oxidative stress, the kind of internal breakdown that ages you faster than time. Vitamin E is one of the body's most effective defenses against it. It doesn't just improve circulation, it protects your tissues from damage and helps your body stay responsive, resilient, and full of vitality. When you're deficient, the symptoms creep in quietly. Slower healing, persistent fatigue, swelling that never fully goes away, or tingling that comes and goes. And over time, these small signs build into something bigger. Your legs don't just feel tired, they start to feel disconnected from the rest of you. You might think you're just low on energy, but in truth, your cells are suffocating, your muscles are starved, and every minute you stay inactive, your mobility decays just a little more. But it doesn't have to go that way. Just 1 tablespoon of wheat germ oil a day gives your body a rich source of natural vitamin E, and the effects can be felt quickly. Improved circulation, lighter legs, more stamina, and a new sense of readiness in your body. The difference between sitting down because you're tired and standing up because you can starts here. Vitamin E is the final link, the spark that keeps everything else functioning. Without it, all the other systems you've worked to protect, your muscles, your nerves, your joints, get starved of the support they need. They fade, they stiffen, they collapse. But with it, here's where everything changes. The difference between still standing and never walking again. You've just heard the 6 vitamins your body silently depends on every single day to keep you upright, moving, and alive. Vitamin D keeps your bones from crumbling beneath you. Vitamin B12 keeps your nerves firing so your legs still listen when your brain says walk. Vitamin K2 stops calcium from freezing up your joints and turning your blood vessels to stone. Magnesium keeps your muscles from locking up, twitching, or giving out without warning. Vitamin C rebuilds the ligaments and connective tissue that let you bend, stretch, and recover. And vitamin E brings life to your limbs by making sure blood flows where it's needed most. These aren't just nutrients, they're your life support system. Because here's the truth no one says out loud. Most people don't end up bedridden because of an accident. They end up there because they didn't notice what was slipping away. The slow loss of strength, the balance that feels a little off, the pain that makes you sit more, the stiffness that makes you delay that next step. By the time they realize what's missing, it's not just hard to recover, it's nearly impossible. But you still have a choice. Right now, today. You can start adding just 1 tablespoon a day of the foods that fuel your future. Cod liver oil, nutritional yeast, grass-fed ghee, pumpkin seeds, acerola cherry powder, wheat germ oil. It doesn't take a supplement shelf or a complex plan, just 6 simple changes. Because the difference between still standing at 90 and not walking again after 70 might come down to this: what you do right now and what you never let your body go without again.